Wherever I look, there's just hyenas. You get the feeling they could suddenly pack and get together and grab you. This might not be the cleverest thing I've ever done. Here goes nothing.
I'm Austin Stephen. I've spent 20 years tackling snakes, but I've never faced an animal like this. I'll do whatever it takes to get my photograph.
Got another hyena in here. Wherever you are in Africa, you have a notorious neighbor, the hyena. I've come to Ethiopia on the trail of a fantastic photograph. Just look what I've stumbled into here. I've never seen so many hyenas so close to me. These are spotted hyenas. I mean, these are the second biggest predator in Africa. Powerful animals, incredible animals. They just keep following me. Give me a heart attack. You get the feeling they could suddenly pack and get together and grab me. I don't want that. I don't like them being behind me. They're known to attack animals, bring down large animals, even like buffalo. Oh, look at this. I mean, does that tell you we're in hyena country or what? They're right here. Look at this. Doesn't that make your blood chill? It is an animal that's been known to take man. They've taken kids, they've taken babies, they've taken young adults and sick people. I'm worried about staying too close. But I just want to get a few shots because the opportunity is unbelievable. You feel like you can just touch them. Watch how it comes to me. I might be pushing my luck a bit here, but if I keep dead still, they come closer. You get to a point where you can see it in their eyes. They just look and they're trying to decide now, should I grab or should I go? As long as he doesn't eat me, I'm not worried either. Look at this, he's coming. I actually touched him. It's not a clever thing to do.
Getting this close to hyenas is remarkable, and there's only one place in the world where it can happen. The ancient walled city of Harar is located way up on a hilltop in the Ethiopian highlands. For centuries, the people here have been living side by side with hyenas. Today, a fragile truce exists between them. The locals believe that appeasing the hyena's appetite is the only way to stop them attacking both livestock and the Harari themselves. Butsi is just one of a long line of citizens who feed these dangerous predators. By hand.
Look at this. Can you believe this? They're taking it right out of his hand.
Relative to their body size, hyenas have the most powerful jaws of any land carnivore.
Those teeth close on your hand goes with that piece of meat. Look at his face. Can I do this?
Yeah,
Can I do one with my hand?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and do it myself. I must be careful. Ah! Oh, man, you see those teeth? You cannot believe it. The one is gentle, the one is quick. That makes me nervous. He's got a bad mouth. And you get a fright when he comes to you and he grabs, like you just see those teeth. That's nerve-wracking stuff.
Hyenas can exert well over 1,000 pounds of pressure in a single bite and reduce a wildebeest to a bloodstain in less than 30 minutes. But Butsi knows these hyenas well and is prepared to get very, very close.
You won't do that. Oh man, can you believe this guy? This is incredible. I've never seen anything like this in my life before.
Hyenas are naturally nocturnal, so this is a rare opportunity to photograph them in daylight.
Stunning. Just goes to show animals and people can coexist. You just got to feed them well.
Hara is the only place in the world where hyenas are fed like this. But according to local legend, the practice has a dark history. Centuries ago, a terrible famine swept through the region. Hyenas came into the city to scavenge human corpses. The only way to stop them was to feed them scraps. But today, mere scraps aren't enough. A single hyena can eat up to 15 kilograms of meat in one sitting. Every day at sunrise, the local slaughterhouse donates its rejects. Hyenas have no natural predators. They are top of their food chain, and they consume every part of a carcass, even the bones.
It's really incredible to see this from so close. I hope he knows the difference between those bones and mine, that's all.
Hyenas usually hunt for their own food, often eating their prey while it is still alive. But they are also opportunists, prepared to feed on whatever they find.
Of course, hyenas are known to be scavengers. But this is quite unnatural, of course, because everything's being dumped here and they're waiting for it, they expect it, and they get fed every day. It's fantastic to see this, but I know it's not actually natural behavior.
These hyenas have adapted to living near people, so they're not truly wild. And it's wild hyenas I want. So as they grab their last scraps and begin to scatter back into the bush, I decide to leave the relative safety of the city behind and follow them into their territory. I'm following a pack of hyenas as they head towards their dens. These hyenas are used to being around people in the city, but out here, on their turf, they could be as territorial as any wild animal. I have no idea how they might react to me following them. But I do know that out here, hyenas kill dozens of people every year.
They've scattered all over the hills here. I'm finding hyenas in every direction. They've eaten themselves full now and they're going to find their places of sleep.
But they're keeping an eye on me. Hyena packs are led by the females. They're larger and more aggressive than the males, and they guard against intruders.
Jerry just watches me. Just moving away slightly, not too nervous of me. Just this is where she probably sleeps for the day. See how she's settling down. Actually lying down in my presence. A wild hyena in the field, in the wild, that's never been in contact with humans. Never let you come this close, not a chance. But she doesn't mind me being right here. This is what generally hyenas like to do. Feed at night, sleep in the day. It's very interesting to get some pictures of hyena in daylight. It's like a big cuddly bear. I want to take her home with me. good stuff.
It's practically unheard of to get pictures of hyenas in daylight like this, but these are not the photos I came for. I've built my reputation on getting close-up shots of dangerous wild animals, and to do that, I'll need to leave Harar. What I'd like to do and what I'm going to do is I'm going out into the wilds of Ethiopia, where there are real wild hyenas, claned hyenas living around their den areas, and I want to get really close to these dens. If possible, I want to get within 20 foot of these dens in daylight and record their behavior on film. But to see this, I'm going to have to go to one of the driest, harshest areas of Ethiopia. Heading west from Harar into the famous Rift Valley. This is rugged terrain, parched scrubland where temperatures reach over 40 degrees. The animals that survive here have to be tough. These are notorious baboons. I've never seen so many together at one place. There must be literally hundreds of them. There seems to be trouble brewing. Watch him go, watch him go. Listen to the noise. Two or three clans came together and started fighting. They are fighting, running, fighting, stopping, fighting, running. It's incredible. Yeah, it's the males that are dominant. They are highly competitive, fighting over both females and territory. Here they go again. Watch them go, watch them go. What a gathering, what a gathering. But it stops as quickly as it started, and all of a sudden, calm is restored. My strategy to find wild hyenas is to track down the people who know them best. The Afar tribe share this landscape with the hyena, and their lifestyle makes them vulnerable to attack. They keep goats, they keep camels, and they keep cattle. They have a lot of interaction with hyenas. Hyenas actually take their livestock sometimes. So I'm hoping that spending time with them, not only might I come across some hyenas, but they might also be able to guide me to where there might be clans of hyenas. But I'm nervous. I've heard the Afar are notoriously wary of outsiders. Just as I'm contemplating my first move, there's a disturbance in some nearby bushes. It's a puffadder, and he's trying to get away. He's so perfectly calm. I've got him. I must be very, very careful. This is potentially the most dangerous snake in Africa. The reason I say that is because these snakes bite more people than any other snake in Africa. Got him. And what a beaut. Look how beautiful the markings are on that snake. Look underneath, gorgeous pattern. And on top, beautiful chevrons. Look at those chevrons over there. Settle down, old girl. I saw that the tail is quite short and thick. I'll show you that. It's one of the snakes that is easy to identify male or female. See how short the tail is? The vent is right there where my finger is, and the tail is only short like that. Short little fat tail. That means it's a female. You would find a male would have a long, thin tail. Not that anybody normally wants to sex a venomous snake, but it's something of interest. Isn't it beautiful? That's the problem with these snakes.
They're so well camouflaged. When this snake disappears into the grass, it literally does that, disappears. You don't see the snake. Another thing is that they don't move out the way. This is the biggest problem. So you've got a snake sitting in a pathway, doesn't move out the way, almost invisible, and people step on them. And of course, he has a lightning fast strike and very big fangs and a very, very powerful poison. A drop or two would be enough to even kill an adult human being. I'm going to go and release her a little bit further away there, away from the cattle, away from the people. What a well-behaved snake, eh? I'm going to release her right here. And this will give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Watch how she disappears into this grass. Off you go, girl. Thank you for being so gentle. What a nice snake. Just tickle your tail, send you on your way. Watch her disappear into you. Off she goes.
Moving the snake away from the camp appears to have won over the afar. Cautiously, they lead me into their settlement. But will they trust me enough to lead me to the hyenas? I'm in the Rift Valley of Ethiopia, inside the camp of an Afar tribe. I'm hoping they can tell me where I can find a clan of wild hyenas. The signs are good. They've invited me to take part in a traditional coffee drinking ceremony.
Salam.
These are the tribal elders, and I'm hoping they'll have the answers I'm looking for. They have to keep a constant lookout for hyenas to protect their livestock.
Thank you.
So if anyone can tell me where to find them,
thank you.
it's these guys.
Okay. Oh, sweet. Sweet for sugar, yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Car. So.
But this is tricky.
Okay.
I don't speak Afar. We're just going to have to communicate as best we can.
So I need to know about these hyenas. Hyenas, you know? Yeah. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one. He knows hyenas. Yeah.
They leave me in no doubt what would happen if a hyena approached their camp.
Okay. Yeah, so if you see a hyena and it goes to your cow, your cattle, then you're going to shoot him, eh? Yeah.
But I want to know how dangerous wild hyenas are when they're not after cattle.
If I want to go in with the hyenas, me, I can do it? Or it's dangerous? They're going to kill me. So to go underneath, I'd go, no. Yeah, I'll be dead, eh? Yeah.
My hosts seem to think I'm mad for even going near a den. But they do know where wild hyenas live and agree to point me in the right direction.
So I must go out this way? Yeah. Fantale?
Yeah, Fantale.
Right by the volcanoes? Yeah. Okay.
Fantale is the name of the dormant volcano I can see on the horizon. And, as best I can tell, that's where they're suggesting I go next.
I appreciate it. It's fantastic. Yes. That's good. I will find them. I will find them. Yeah.
My journey takes me along the side of the Awash River, one of the largest in Ethiopia.
Look at this, can you believe this? Isn't it incredible? In this vast dry land, I mean everything around here is dry. You've got the stream of water cutting through. There's obviously been a lot of rain inland in the higher ground. And it's all flowing through here and it's cascading over here and it's magnificent waterfall. But it's this bit of water, this Awash River running through the center of this dry land that actually attracts all the game. And where there's game, there's predators. And that's what I'm looking for.
One very crafty animal is drawn to this lush area. So while I'm here, there's something I want you to see. These are olive baboons.
They've got a very organized social structure, very much like the hyenas.
I've got a little surprise for them here. They're pretty organized, these guys. You're going to see this. I'm going to put my bread down here, a little bit of bread. And they're going to try and distract me on the one side while others try and sneak up and swipe the bread. I've seen this happen a number of times, and I suspect it might happen here as well. So they're all pretending not to pay any attention to me now. They're all grooming and fooling around and having a nice morning relax. And I'm just going to put this bread down right here. And I'll just go about my business of taking photographs. They're all gathering around. And there's a lot. It's going to be the big one it's going to do. Now watch. As the straightforward approach hasn't worked, they're going to try something a bit sneakier. They're going to make a distraction. Oh, look at this, there's a fight, Watch them go, watch those guys go. Fantastic, did you see them fighting? Hey, where's my bread? Oh, man. I'm watching the guys fighting over there. Now, is that on purpose? Did they plan that? Did he come and grab this from behind me, knowing that I'm being distracted over there? It's hard to tell, but look at his face. He's so content. He knows he got me. Well, that's one way to get your close-up photograph. These are scary guys, boy. Just goes to show, you should never take wild animals for granted. I'd do well to remember that. Finally, I arrived near the base of the volcano, where the Afar said I'd find the hyenas. From here on in, my search needs to continue on foot, and that means leaving the relative safety of my truck. I start by scouring the area for signs of hyena activity. Seeing some slight imprints, and it's definitely a trail. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Look at that. There's a perfect hyena print. I mean, the ground is quite hard here, so I'm battling to see the prints clearly, but here's a perfect print. A couple more, obviously they've been smudged. I would reckon the hyenas are definitely using this trail. This is what the Afar said. Come to this side of the volcano, sun behind me, looking straight out that way, going towards the volcano, yeah. As I head towards the volcano, there's more evidence that I've entered hyena territory. There we go. Hyena feces. Not that old either. You can always tell hyena feces. See how pale it is. Hyenas have the power in their jaws to crush bone and digest bone as well. So you can always tell in their feces a lot of calcium in you. Yeah, I'm definitely on the right trail. But with the light fading fast, I'll have to wait until tomorrow to try and find a den site. I'm searching for hyena dens in the Rift Valley of Ethiopia. It's hot, dry, and barren. Only a few shrubs grow out here, and what animals there are seek shade wherever they can find it. See termite mounds? It's a favorite haunt of animals. They dig out an old termite mound that is not being used by the termites anymore. You might find all kinds of little animals go inside places like this. But there's something that's been digging here during the night. May have been porcupine, could have been anything. Something fooling around here.
Hey, look what I've got. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's a little sand boa. Very different to the boas you expect to see when you're in the sand. Ow, trying to take a bite at me. Look at that. Oh, he's really mad. He says, I pulled him out of the sand. He's aggro. They're very different to the boa constrictors you expect to find in the Americas climbing in trees, you know, big snakes like this. These are tiny little guys. Most people think boa constrictors are always big. And yeah, in Africa, we only have one genus of boa, and this is him. Isn't he fantastic? He doesn't get much bigger than this either. They're gorgeous. Look at he's pretty. Oh, he's so cross with it. Oh, look at that. You cross with me, bit me right on the finger. Okay, relax, relax. We've got to let him calm down. They are basically fossorial snakes. They live most of their lives under the sand. You'll see, hang on, let me see. I'll just catch you behind the head. If you see the head, he's got a sharp little nose over there. And with that sharp little edge, he's capable of burrowing himself under the sand. He moves under the sand. And sometimes he'll just stick his head up and he'll catch lizards and sometimes tiny little baby mice and stuff, and he'll feed on that. Oh, but he's absolutely gorgeous, but he's really wild. He didn't like being pulled out of there. Look at my finger bleeding there. What have you done? Of course, they're not venomous. Like all the pythons and boas, they're harmless snakes. But they have teeth, as you can see there. Even a little guy like this has got enough teeth to actually defend himself with, to actually bite with. Look at that. I'm going to put him right back here. If you watch and he gets the feeling of the sand, see how he digs himself in straight away? Watch him go under. He says, I don't want to be on the surface. I want to get out. Watch out. And he disappears just like that. Incredible. Yeah, I'm going to leave you alone now. Don't worry. That was fantastic.
I continue my search. Like the boa, hyenas have to take cover from the sun, so it's no surprise they might have chosen this area. The unusual rock formations provide perfect shelter. This crevasse would make an ideal place for a den. I have no idea what I'll encounter down there, but there's only one way to find out.
Wow. Just look at this place. I don't like going into places like this, but I've got to have a look and see what's further down here. It's so much cooler down here than up there on the surface. Big difference in temperature. Almost looks like no one's ever been down here before. But what I have noticed is a few hyena prints. Animals have been down here.
This fissure could go on for miles, and it's quite eerie being in such a confined space, knowing there might be hyenas around the next corner. But despite the footprints, I see no obvious signs of a den.
This fissure is finally coming to an end, and it's narrowing. Oh man, I don't like this. Yeah, it's actually closing up completely.
It seems I've come to a dead end. It's almost a relief to get back to searching at ground level, despite the blistering temperatures up there.
Just have a look at this. That's interesting. That's something you don't see too often. This is fur and hooves of animals. Hooves of small animals that the hyenas have eaten. When hyenas have a fur buildup, too much stuff that they can't digest, they actually bring it up. But this is interesting. The hoof has actually got hair wrapped up right inside it. So it's all gathered in his stomach. And not being able to digest it has eventually brought it up. I mean, that's sure sign that animals are staying in this one place for long periods. This looks very promising. I've got footprints everywhere here. Definitely signs of activity. Just coming up here, I can see a cleared space. This whole area has been churned up with feet. And there's a hole, there's a hole. Oh, yes. This is it. Look at the size of this cavern. There's a million hyena prints around here. There's signs of them pulling things, dragging things, rolling around here. I've got to just stick my head in and have a look.
All the signs are right, but I have to get closer to confirm that this is an active den.
It's enormous. It goes all the way back there. I can hear them. I can hear their voices all around. I'm not going to push my luck any more than that. But this is the place. This is where the hyenas are. Here's space here, and there's caves and caverns going off in all directions. There could be 100 hyenas in here. This is the place I must stake out.
I'm in Ethiopia, where I found my clan of hyenas. Now I just need them to leave the cave so I can photograph them. Hyenas only really begin stirring at dusk, as they're getting ready to hunt. But I've got a plan to lure them out of the den in daylight.
I've got a couple of recordings here of lambs in distress, lions on a kill. This always excites hyenas. They know if there's lions on a kill, they go next. So I'm going to play these and just see what happens.
Half an hour gone, and they don't seem tempted by my lamb sounds. I'll try lion on a kill. Lions and hyenas are sworn enemies, frequently fighting over food. This should stir their interest.
Definitely young ones. There's young ones in there. I must be really careful. Don't want a female to think you're threatening her young ones. That would be dangerous. As with any animals in the wild, don't threaten their young, then you're in trouble. I'm not having much success otherwise. But now that gives me something to wait for. I'm going to hang on a little bit longer and just see what happens. Serious hyenas.
That could be a warning or a threat. Hyena calls have many different meanings. As night falls, they should be coming out of the den to hunt. But for some reason, they're not playing ball.
Not coming out while I'm here. This is not working. I got cramp from waiting here. I'm gonna have to reconsider this and come back tomorrow and see if I can think of something else. These guys are pretty wise.
I spend the next day pondering how to get my photo. Finally, I decide on a radical new idea. I'm trying a different tactic now. I'm actually going to go into their cave. I mean, they won't come out to me, I'm going into them. So I'm building this rig. And I've got an infrared light, I've got a light compacting camera, and I've got my spare wheel, what's left of it. and I'm going to put it inside the cave, and I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to put rocks on each side and just stand it up there, and I'm going to just let them go mad. See what the hyenas are actually doing inside there while I'm waiting outside looking on in. But there's one big hitch in my plan. I have to get the camera inside the den. I've never done anything like this before. I'm not sure anyone has. Entering a wild hyena den is a very dangerous move.
Here goes nothing. This might not be the cleverest thing I've ever done. But I'm going to do it anyway because my curiosity's got the better of me. I want to see what's going on in here at night. This thing weighs a ton. I've got eyes looking straight at me. There's one hyena at least on guard here. Still gonna go in. They're right at the back. They're getting ready to come out, that's for sure. I've got to do this quickly. Yeah. I think that hyena's a god. I'm sure she's a god because she just stays there.
I definitely heard cubs calling last night, so I have to be extra careful. Hyena females will stop at nothing to protect their young.
She's moving around. It's getting a bit edgy about me being here.
If that hyena decides I'm a threat, she could cover the short distance between us in a matter of seconds. I have to work quickly.
Just in case they get curious and they start fooling around here. I don't want it to roll. Okay. I'm getting the heck out of here. I tell you, that was quite scary. All I can do now is hope. Watch and hope. Now I've got about 1 hour. By this time, 10 minutes less than an hour. And that's all the time I've got because I'm not going down in there again to change that tape, that's for sure. So I hope all the squabbling I heard last night will maybe happen again tonight. And the sun has just set down. It's perfect timing. Look at this. I can just see the first hyena. Just these ears coming forward. There. Exploring, checking out everything. Before the others come, I bet you. He's going away again. That's okay. He or she's going to tell the others it's all right. They're going to come out. You watch. I know it's going to happen.
But then it all goes quiet again. As the minutes tick by, it seems that just like last night, the hyenas are keeping a low profile. Until...
Watch this, watch this. Here comes the second one. I've got two on screen at one time. Isn't that fantastic? Would love them to come close to the camera. Their ears are so finely tuned, they probably can hear the camera, they can see the light. They just don't know what it is. I've got the first one coming close to camera. There you are. These are the guys who've been giving me the runabout. Got him right in my lens. More eyes in the background, all waiting. Always one curious one that will go ahead and bring the others in. He really wants to know what's going on here. Oh, please come back, please come back. Look at this. His head keeps popping into the lens every now and then. And that rock fell down there. He kicked the rock down. And look at the dust behind him.
The clan is definitely becoming more active.
I've only got 15 minutes of tape left. But this one's coming right in. He's coming to have a look at the camera.
is stunningly beautiful. Just look at that, eh? Wow. At least they're right in front of the lens, but I think they're heading in front of the lens is out the door. But they're very nervous and they're taking their time, one going at a time eventually.
And heading out the door means they could be heading for me. As I look on from a few feet away, a clan of hyenas seem to be heading out of their den and into the open grassland around me.
Listen to them calling all the time. And it's pitch black, I'm sitting here pitch black, just my little monitor. It's quite an eerie feeling, to say the least.
Suddenly, the atmosphere in the cave changes.
Watch him run. Oh, he's running right across. It's like something spooked him. It's like there was a little tussle or something, and he just screamed across the lens.
The behavior of the hyenas outside changes too.
Can you hear hyenas calling all around me? All around. There's obviously a lot of hyenas in the field here.
I suddenly become aware that they can see exactly where I am. Their night vision is as sharp as their day vision. It seems they've turned the tables and now they are watching me. I can hear them all around me. Time to go, but not without my camera.
I don't like doing this, but I don't want to leave it till morning in case they chew something. From what I could see on the camera, the cave is empty, but all these hyenas are hanging around here, so I'm not sure what's going on. A couple of bats in here. I don't see any hyenas at the moment. The problem is they're all outside and I don't know why they're waiting. Oh, there's one. Oh, we've got a hyena. I've got another hyena in here. This is what worries me. I don't know how many animals are in and out of here. I've got to get my rig. Just got to keep an eye. I don't trust this one bit. Let's take this out. That's fantastic. I'm just looking at some of the footage I shot in the cave tonight. I'm really pleased with it, actually. I came all this way thinking that I must get a shot of these hyenas in daylight coming out of their cave. And I just couldn't get that right. And I was very disappointed at first, but when I got this idea, put this camera inside the cave and actually go inside the cave where these hyenas are living, I thought that's fantastic. And now I'm really pleased, especially these shots where the hyena came right up to the lens like that.
It was at that moment we came to an arrangement, the hyenas and me. They'd kept their distance, and now it was my turn to do the same. I can't remember the last time I walked away from an assignment without getting the photograph I wanted. But I'd pushed it as far as I could with these predators, further than was wise. What I got instead was an experience that few people will ever live to tell, and a vision of hyenas more vivid than any photograph.